5 years ago, they crossed mountains and seas, left their hometowns, and stepped onto foreign soil. They stepped into unfamiliar classrooms, carrying language, culture, and a mission in education. Over the past 5 years, they have become teachers, mentors, and bridges between two cultures. Every experience has a different starting point. Every story comes from a genuine feeling. These are their stories.
I'm so excited to be invited and be honored to have this interview.
If you could describe your 5 years journey in some keywords, so what would it be?
Enriched, extended life experience. You are not an alien. You are not just adult female standing in front of them. I feel like it's a hard decision for me at my age. Huh? I have to earn it?
Hi everyone, so welcome to our interview. In our interview, we will share stories from teachers in our Mandarin program about their teaching experience in the US. So through these interviews, we want to capture their teaching experiences, personal growth, and some meaningful moments with students, colleagues, and in their daily life here. So today we are very honored to have one of our program teachers with us. So could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Yan. Also, students call me Miss Zhuang, and I came from Shanghai, and I worked as a Mandarin teacher in the US for 6 years, 5 years in Louisiana, and 3 months in Kentucky.
Okay. So I think we haven't seen each other for 3 years, right? So
Yeah.
what do you feel today during this interview?
I'm so excited to be invited and be honored to have this interview to introduce my experience telling my stories as a Mandarin teacher in the US.
If you could describe your 5 years journey in some keywords, so what would it be?
I think it would be enriched, extended life experience at my 40s.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang. So let's go back to the beginning of your teaching journey in the US. So we all know China and the United States are very far apart. I mean, both geographically and culturally. So do you still remember the day you were told you would teach in the US, and what was the what was going through your mind the night before you go here?
When I was selected to come to the US as a Mandarin teacher, I feel like it's a hard decision for me at my age, which is 39, and I will leave my friends, family, and all familiar environment community for at least 2 years, because our plan at first is about 2 years. One side, I feel so excited to come abroad and the US. Everything is uncertain and unknown. The other side, I feel like a little sad because at that age, I make a big decision to leave my familiar career and to a new, very strange environment. That would be challengeable, but I don't know what it is, you know.
Yeah, I know it's I mean, hard decision. So, what motivated you to to make this decision?
I had a dream to come abroad when I graduated from master's degree for pursue my doctoral degree, but I failed, unfortunately. So I still keep that dream. One day I would have a chance to go abroad, even not for school, for a degree, but maybe for some experiences. That would be fine. And after I worked for 13 years, I finally gained that opportunity and got my school support me and passed all the interviews and the trainings in China. And finally, fortunately, I got the chance.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zhang. So I know when teachers first arrive here, they often step into a completely new environment, both, I mean, teaching and in their daily life. They need to rent a car, rent a house, I mean, buy a car, rent a house, and everything is new for them. So let's talk about your early experience. So what were your first impression when you arrived in the United States?
We got here at night, and there's a team um, pick up us at night. I feel like so dangerous and so worried about the environment. I've heard like so many different people around us. I mean, not all Chinese, you know. Yeah, a lot of worries, scared, and uncertainty around this. And the first thing we need to find an apartment, and the apartment is different from us we are looking for in China. Most of the time we look for it online, but in Louisiana we looked for the apartment by driving around to see the yard board for lease or for sale. And finally we find one, but we also need to keep in mind that Louisiana has flood, so it's better to find a second floor apartment in case some flooding happen or too much moisture. So that's our experience when you live in a very new environment, different culture, different weather, and
Yeah,
disaster. You know, some states has flood, hurricane, some states has snow.
yeah,
So it's all affect you how to choose your apartment, where you live, which floor you live, what kind of place you live, apartment or condo or a house shared with others. Yeah, you have to decide by yourself. And
yeah,
also you need take in the consideration for the security, the community safety, and your personal safety.
yes.
Yeah.
Did you experience any culture shock at that time?
Definitely. It takes time to adapt to the local culture. Like they are thinking, arrange things in different ways. For example, in school, their classroom is teachers, not the students. So teachers stay in the classroom and students floating. Then you have to make yourself the owner of the classroom and you decide your rule, right? Yeah. Um, People think differently, and we cannot use the culture, the standard where we learn in China from China, used on them. That doesn't work. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zhang. So I know at the beginning it's very hard for everybody. I mean, let's keep moving. So once teachers settle in, most of their journey really had take place in the classroom. So let's hear about your time in the classroom. So was there a moment when you felt, oh, I'm a really teacher here now?
Yeah, I always feel I'm a teacher here, but if the students feel you are their teacher is another thing. So the transfer is make them feel that you are their true teacher. You are not an alien. You are not a just adult female standing in front of them. That takes
Um,
time and also more challenging for. Yeah.
Yeah.
After 2 or 3 years, I taught them, I accumulated experiences. Then both me and them feel that I'm a true teacher.
Is there a student or class that left a deep impression on you?
Definitely. There there was a class of my last year in the high school. That class was so diligent, smart, hard work, and ambitious. So they all work hard to achieve a good grade in Mandarin and also pass the YCT. Some students still interested in Mandarin and took the trip with me to the language exhibition in Kentucky. I was
Wow.
so proud of that class of my last year, but in country during my third year, there was a class so challengeable. Some students like pick up on me and try to record what I said and give me trouble in class, disrupt me, disrespect because they think I don't like them because I report their violations of class rules. That's it. So it's like so much tension between us, between me and that class.
Okay, I think you already answered my next question. So I want to say teaching is not only about meaningful moments, but also about the challenges that come along the way. So, what's the biggest challenge you faced during your teaching experience?
Challenge everywhere. Because I taught high school from 8th grade to 12th grade. But actually, Mandarin usually that class in 8th grade or 9th grade, sometimes on 10th grade. So during that grade range, class management is very challengeable. So they would not respect you automatically, as they told me I mean, most Americans think in this way, say, hey, you are not respected because you are a teacher. You have to earn respect. Huh? I have to earn it? That thought shocked me, you know. Okay, I have to earn it. That means we are not automatically respect you just because you're a teacher. And so many behaviors in the classroom, I have to manage it, like phone use, bathroom log, change a seat, delayed assignments, negotiate about assignment and class time. A lot of things we have to be very careful and considerable. They may change seat without your notification, or you didn't pay attention where they seated, or if you don't have assigned seat, they may change seats. Or like, for example, go to the bathroom. If you don't have a bathroom lock, they can stay bathroom for a long time. They can go to the bathroom for 2 or 3 of persons together or at the same time, or they can take their phone with them. So that's all the tricks I never found in China when I was a teacher. So that's new experiences. My mind is expanded. So what tricks all the students have? Yeah, I must say that I learned from that. So I set a bathroom log, watching them write the time. Sometimes they wrote the wrong time, and monitor them to leave the phone in the bag, not in the pocket, and keep in mind that which one sit where, the assigned seat. Also set a very clear boundary of their assignments, what time to submit, what's the due date, how to deal with the delayed assignments. Is it acceptable or not? So everything made it very clear. So they will not argue it, because in the syllabus, I already mentioned all of this. And also I repeated it in the class or before the assignments. So you just follow it. If you don't follow it, you take the consequence. That's another thing I learned from them. They are not like be convinced or be persuaded to or be motivated to learn more or do better. That's the most way we did in China, right? We convince you, support you, persuade you, like to be better. They don't need it. That's American children. They only need a consequence. So their way of learning is consequence learning. If they don't have any consequences, they will not follow the rule. Yeah, that's my appearance. My experience is maybe not fit for everyone, but that's what I learned from them. They taught me how to manage them. That's the most challenging things, classroom management. And the other one is students and parents collaboration. If the students and parents not collaborated or sometimes hostile, disrespect you or negotiate or trying to find the trouble on you because you you said their son or daughter has trouble in class, some parents just like tend to fight with the teacher. That's another challenging thing. So I learned never fight alone and never argue with the parent. When things happen and the tension was there, find the support from the administration or our team leader to stand by you, and we deal with the issues together.
Yeah, I know. I mean, classroom management is very, very hard for our new teachers. I mean, even they have many years experience in China, but it's still a big challenge for them when they just come here. Yeah,
Sure. That because
yeah,
the experience in China cannot be transferred fully to America because culture different, students different, like a thinking style is different. So,
yeah,
for example, just like I said, their students is always testing you. Where is the boundary? What you can accept and what you cannot accept. But my experience in China is like less students testing a teacher. They respect a teacher mostly, so often, you know. Yeah, that's the that's the difference. You cannot like transfer it.
yeah, yes. Thank you, Miss John. So, I mean, every experience leave us with lessons and memories that stick with us. So, looking back on your experience, let's take some time to reflect on what this journey has mean to you. So, have you learned anything new? I mean, or just anything from your students or colleagues?
Anything new?
Mm-hmm.
I think from my colleagues, I learned to be respect each other, no matter where you're from, because we live in a multiple culture environment. So even you think people are different from you, even you like or dislike, you have to respect and keep the boundary, keep the privacy. It's like not as close as Chinese people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but colleagues do support each other. But actually, don't expect all the colleagues as supportive as you expected.
So yeah, you mentioned the boundaries many times. So and I know very clearly. So here boundary is very important. Not you. I mean between you and your parents, friends, and students, colleagues. Everybody need boundaries. You need to know everybody's boundaries where it is. So during this past 5 years, what are you most proud of?
Oh, I'm proud that my students learned Mandarin so well. Their pronunciation was good, and they can write Chinese characters, and also they are interested in Chinese culture. Yeah, that's proudness about teaching. Also, I'm proud of that I become more brave, more open, and more adaptive. You know, I can survive in different culture settings and different contexts with so much challengeable students. That's the proudness of myself, you know. I'm not quitting. I'm like I'm not feel so weak that oh okay, I'm incompatible with the students or with the teaching as a teacher in the US. You know, sometimes when we feel like we cannot deal with them and something out of control, we feel inconfident. But fortunately, I don't. And I learned so much from them. And
Okay.
after 5 years later, so I appreciate that so many students taught me how to deal with these cultural challenges and how to respect different background of the students.
Yeah, I can still remember your students performed in our Mandarin language exhibition. I mean, their speech is amazing. So teaching abroad is about much more than language instruction. So along the way, teachers build connections, share cultures, and leave a lasting impact on people and communities around them.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those meaningful connections and or I can say the legacy of your journey. What do you think you are leaving behind?
First, I think as a Mandarin learning and their interest in Chinese culture, that's the thing I left behind for my students. And also, they are in the journey of shaping their characters.
Uh,
I think they learned from me about responsibility. You have to responsible to be your behavior. Either it is good or not good. That means you take the consequence. No matter the consequence is an award or punishment or discipline. Yeah, you take it. So I think most Americans are easy to learn in that way, be responsible. And also second one is about communicate. Everything you need to communicate, not just to react automatically or assume somebody is hostile to you or targeted on you. You have to communicate in person or by email. Well, but also the communicate is not about argument. So do it once or twice, no more times. That's why I learned because more talk is make more more like misinterpretation.
mm, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Not everyone think the same. The words you use may trigger some judgment or negative emotions. Yeah, the other two I think I left behind is boundaries and respect. I always emphasize how you respect the teacher and how a teacher respects you. We respect each other in the classroom. Like some students like chewing a gum, change the seat, dressed not well, and talking loud or laughing loud, put the legs on the desk or chairs. That behaviors were not allowed in my class. Some students told me, hey, some other teacher allowed this. Okay, not me. Yeah, just don't compare yourself with other teachers. And every teacher had their own rule. And you go to this teacher's classroom, you follow the rule of this classroom. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, behavior management, follow the rules, communication. I think these things are your student learn from you beyond Mandarin.
Yeah, beyond
Yeah.
the Mandarin
Yeah.
class or language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so although your time in this program has already ended, so the impact of this experience doesn't stop here. The lesson you have learned and the relationship you have built will stay with you for years to come. So, I want to talk about what's ahead. So after you finish our program, what are your next plan?
Oh, before I talk about my next plan, I thought about one of my private proudness was there was two students flight with me to Kentucky to participate the world language exhibition, and one of the students that was his first flight, and that was my first experience to fly alone with two students. I'm the only adult take care of two of them. That's a wonderful experience across state for Mandarin exhibition. For that experience for both me and them is all new. That was a grateful that was a great trip. Now
Okay.
I've talked about ahead after the program ended. I planned to pursue my doctoral degree in psychology. So actually, I got it. And I moved to New Jersey to have the full-time study in school. And I want to experience the culture, the people, the community beyond Louisiana, what it looked like, and how this higher education in America look like. What's the differences between Chinese higher education and American higher education? And also psychology is my major, so I'm so happy and be blessed to have this opportunity to pursue it. And after I graduate, I will become a psychologist. I'm so
Yeah.
excited about this journey.
Congratulations. So if you have an opportunity to train our new teacher, what advice would you give to our new teacher coming to the US?
First, practice English in speaking and listening, because we use speaking and listening more often than writing and reading as a Mandarin teacher, because you have to use the English deal with your career, professional work, and also your personal life, daily life, like a rent and apartment, deal with the utility bills, all the electricity companies, and the car issues. If you want to buy a car, that's the first suggestion, practice and English. And second, be ready to be open and learn from each other. Get rid of what you already had that's the most treasure things for the environment in China, maybe not here. So you get to open your mind to learn a lot, have the inclusive mind to get along with people. Yeah, be open to learn everything.
Yeah, English is also another big challenge for
Yeah.
our teacher. I mean, they can speak English very well, but some new words for them, like when they buy a car, rent a house, some new words for them, they need to try to understand what other people say. And okay, the last question. If you could go back 5 years, would you choose to join this program again?
Yes, I think so, because I was waiting for this opportunity. And no matter it was a 2 years plan or 5 years plan, when the opportunity comes to me, I just grab it. I don't let it go or miss it. Yeah, it will change my life journey and start a new chapter of my life. You see, I was a teacher for 15 years, and I started a new chapter in the US, and now I start a new chapter as a school student, graduate school student, and sitting in the classroom with all other local native students, which they just graduated from college. That's all the new experiences. You know, I'm the person always welcome changes.
Okay, thank you so much for being here today and share your story with us. I mean, we really appreciate your time and your contribution to our program, and wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you so much. Wish you as well.
I wanna see you